Yeah, past week or so, I mean, we've been pumping. Luna ecosystem has been on fire. I think last time I made a video was like a week ago, and since then we were recovering, and we got up to 17, and then 18, and then 20, and then I went to sleep, and I woke up at 4 a.m. and I checked the app, and we made a new all-time high, and we are continuing to run, and not only. It's not just Luna, it's the Luna alts too. Look at Anchor. I mean, Anchor has been recovering, up 8% today, near 3%. The big winner here is mine. Mine has just been crushing it. I think like a week ago this thing was at 9 cents, and a few days before that it was at 7 cents. So this thing has just been on a tear. But it all starts with Luna. I mean, we're at our all-time high. We're at our all-time high. I started this YouTube channel down here somewhere, and we were talking about DCAing and all this kind of different stuff. I did not think we'd be here so fast. I thought we would have more time to DCA, you know? But I'm excited, happy, euphoric. This is amazing. I've started tweeting more in the past week. I think I spend so much time in the Telegram groups. I spend so much time just kind of researching about Luna, and I don't want to keep all this info just for myself. I want to let people know, share my excitement, share the information that I'm getting, and I want to share the alpha and the opportunity for the people who are just doing different things, don't have as much time to dedicate to this that I do. So here's a few things that I posted about on Twitter, and I'll go through some of the more interesting ones. So one thing, today, Orion protocol. Orion is an Ethereum app, but it was born from Terra, and the idea is Ethereum people. They stake their USDC, their USDT, their wrapped Ethereum, their Binance, whatever, any of the stable coins, they stake it onto Orion. And Orion, on the back end, it converts it to UST, deposits it in Anchor, and then these Ethereum people get to enjoy this high 20% yield. And what Orion did just today, like a few hours ago, is that they launched their private farm event. So I'm participating in it. I put the minimum amount in. I got this minimum from borrowing against my Ethereum, which also launched recently. You can now deposit Ethereum as collateral in Anchor and borrow money. I took that borrowed money, I converted it to USDC. I put that money into Orion, and I'm going to leave it here for, we'll see. I have to leave it here for at least 4 weeks, because otherwise I'd have to pay like a 15% early withdrawal penalty. But after that, I can leave it there as long as I want. And I believe there's 70 million tokens in here, and the max TVL is 70 million. So if it's maxed out at 70 million, that's going to last about 3 months. So if this does get maxed out, then at least I can gather about 50,000 tokens. And if I leave it in there longer, even better. I think close to 80,000. And if Ethereum's price takes a big hit, or I need to pay this money back, then I will withdraw it and do so. That's the power of Terra. I don't have 50 grand laying around. But I did have a decent chunk of Ethereum that I bought last year. And now with Terra, you can go to Anchor protocol. You can go to the web app. You can go to the borrow page, and you can borrow. You can deposit your BETH here, and then you can borrow. And I'm borrowing at 45% LTV. I've got a bot that's monitoring it to make sure that it doesn't get liquidated. And that's my strategy for this. This net APR number just keeps dropping, which I don't love. But it is what it is. We're still getting paid. We're still getting paid to borrow, whether it's 18% or 1%. I don't care. It's free money, which is amazing. That's why I'm doing it. So this opportunity is now closed. So if you see me talking about this and you want to do it yourself, It was open for whitelisting like for a couple months. They just closed it a couple of days ago, but I did post a tweet about what's coming up next. So if you do want to get in on pre-sales, which is the best possible price, then there's one coming up called Terra World Work. Terra World is going to be launching on Pylon. Nebula might be launching on Pylon this month as well. And then we have Loop Finance, which is launching on Starterra. So just quickly, Terra World is a meta universe. You're going to be able to use their Terra World token called TWD to buy plots of land and then do other random stuff that they talked about in their white paper. This is going to be launching on Pylon, which is a yield redirection launchpad. So it's going to be priced at a penny per token, max of 5,000 at the moment. And then if you're a Pylon staker, you get an additional, what is it? I think 1,000 tokens per 100 mine, $100 a mine, 100 mine you have staked, something like that. And check out Pylon for more info. So those are going to be launching. It says the 22nd. That might change because they're trying to re-engineer the benefits to stakers, because some of the community members, they complained that the benefits weren't enough to I guess to make the staking worthwhile. So Woojin said, okay, feedback noted. We'll go back to the drawing board. We're waiting for that update. It's already the 16th. This launch is supposed to be on the 22nd. The Terra World team it seems like they're 100% Korean, so their communication is not great when it comes to English. But we're waiting for their update. They're going to be launching like their digital map. They're going to be launching their roadmap and some more information about their tokenomics and white paper. So let's see how that goes. Nebula is another protocol that this one's been on the radar for a while, and it's supposed to be launching soon. Soon as in Woojin, the founder of Pylon, he said on their gateway that Nebula is launching this month. So if you go to gateway.pylon.money, you're going to see coming soon Nebula. However, we haven't heard much news about this, so considering it's halfway through the month, it might be delayed, or maybe not. We'll see. The other thing that's launching is Loop Finance. Now, Loop already did a launch on Pylon. They did a pool launch. So the way Pylon pools work is you put your money into pool 1, pool 2, pool 3. You get locked up for 18 months, 12 months, 6 months, and you receive free tokens because the yield that your money generates gets redirected to the project. In exchange, the project gives you tokens. And then you can, for the 6-month pool, you can unlock the tokens of month 3, and the rest of it, whenever you want as it accrues, and then you get your money back at the end of the 6 months. So that's pretty cool. Right now, this APR looks low, 6%, 19%, 25%. That's because the APR is being calculated based on Loop's launch price. I think their launch price, don't quote me on this, but I think it was like 3 cents or something. So the explanation here is once Loop token actually launches for real, these numbers will look a lot better. When is Loop launching? Well, apparently they have a launch scheduled on Starterra, which is the other launch pad in the Terra ecosystem. Starterra is, so Loop is launching on Starterra, but Starterra is doing a launch of its own as well. So just recently, yesterday, they had a competition where they were going to whitelist 500 addresses in the Terra ecosystem to have the ability to buy $500 worth of Starterra tokens at $500 would get you 3,000 tokens. So that's whatever that math is. That's what they were doing. And in order to become whitelisted, you had to apply to a contest. And the contest was like, inviting your friends, liking them on social media, following them on Telegram, LinkedIn, this kind of thing. And the people in the top 100, they were guaranteed a whitelist spot. And then everyone else that applied had to participate in a lottery system. So Starterra came out with some stats. They said 100,000 people took part in the competition. There was a top 100, so that top 100 is guaranteed whitelist. I made the top 100. which I'm really excited about. But they haven't like come out with the verified list yet. They're supposed to email everyone in like the next 24 to 48 hours to see if they actually made it. So I'll see if I actually made the whitelist or not. Hope I did though, because that's going to be awesome. I think, this is my speculation, I looked at like Starterra's tokenomics, and the way it works is they don't have many tokens. I think they have like 100 million max tokens. They're working on making it deflationary with like buybacks and this kind of thing. And to be like in a faction, they have like 3 factions that compete, and then they have like a whale faction and then like a lottery faction. But to be in that whale, and to be in like the lunatics, the interstellars, and I forget the other faction name, you have to stake 3,000 STT tokens. So only 500 people are getting an opportunity to buy those STT tokens at $500, right? And then they're going to airdrop to Luna stakers and B Luna holders. And then they're going to do airdrops to non-Terra people to bring some more people into the ecosystem. And they're doing some giveaways with crypto influencers like Rand at Crypto Banter. But I think it's going to be a mad dash for thousands of people to get those 3,000 STT so they can participate in one of the factions. Because when you're in the faction, a portion of your allocation is guaranteed. When you're in like the lottery faction thing, none of it's guaranteed. It's just if you have tokens, you can stake it and maybe you'll win. But the factions is where you want to be, because a portion of that is guaranteed, like a big portion of it. And then like the other portion, you kind of have to compete with the other factions to get the most social signals, this kind of thing. So yeah, people are going to have those airdrops, and then Loop is going to launch. I think it's already halfway through the month. So maybe it doesn't launch this month, Loop, or maybe it does. We'll see. But that's all good. And then, yeah, look out for those. Look out for those. Some of my other tweets that I've been talking about, we have Crypto Banter is like, he's talking about Luna almost every day now. And it's really cool. So give them a follow. They're a pretty entertaining channel. They do like a mix of TA and they talk about altcoins as well. I like their stuff. There's Crypto Lark here. He's got a lot of followers for sure. I don't watch his videos that much. I just don't get a ton out of them, but it's, you know, he's got almost 500,000 on YouTube, and he definitely has a lot of respect in the community. And then we have Cryptos R Us. Him I listen to a lot. I think he's just like entertaining to listen to, and he's been, you know, when he talks about Luna, he's like, yeah, Luna's good. But you can tell like more and more he's trying to understand why it's actually good, and he still gets some things wrong. Like he says like Luna has like a fixed supply, but it's deflationary, and not really. Luna has an elastic supply, and it's deflationary if the demand of UST is rising. But like in general, he gets it, and he like has a nice way of just kind of simplifying it for newbies. I think there's a lot of newbies that listen to his channel. Awesome, good. It's really cool to have these people having Luna, you know, mentioning it more, talking about it more. That's amazing. We got Mike Novogratz here. He's been tweeting about Luna a lot. He's one of the early investors. He's like an OG in the crypto community. He's one of the guys that's always on CNBC, and he's all about Luna. So in this one, he was like poo-pooing Cardano, and he said, yeah, fine, Cardano's cool, but it's nothing like Luna. Sol is killing it too recently. Yeah, I'm just enamored that I was able to park all that cash in Orion, not using my own money and using borrowed money that I didn't have to lock up. I could withdraw it after 30 days. It's kind of risk-free. You know, once you get really deeper into this ecosystem, once you've got a little bit of cash to play with, a little bit of profits, you can do a lot. This is me just kind of being in shock, seeing Terra just teleport up. I mean, this chart on the Coinbase app is absurd. Teleported up. I remember this. It was like every day Luna was up 50%, 100%, 70%. It just kept going and going and going. And now it's doing the same thing, but it started at a lower base this time. Like, I remember this too. And I mean, it just broke all-time highs. Maybe it comes back to retest, sure. Maybe BTC takes a little break. Altcoins take a break, sure. Or Luna does what Luna does, and it punishes the people who are waiting on the sidelines, forcing them to buy higher because it just keeps going up and up and up. And would I be surprised if it's sitting at $50 in a month? Hell no. And we have col5. I mean, I haven't made a video in like a week and so much has changed. Now we've got wormhole integrations where Terra integrates directly with Solana and Ethereum. We have col5 coming out in 23 days, right? Is it 23 days? Let's see. There's a tracker. You could check it. 22 days, 7 hours, col5 comes out. Every single app on the planet that's building on Terra has basically been building for the past 7 months. They've been waiting for col5 to come out. So look out for that. That's going to be huge. And while we're doing all of that, UST market cap has been increasing. Terra burn rate. Now, just today, we burned 1.1 million Luna in a day. You know, we've had a streak where we were burning like a couple 100,000, 50,000, 50, half a million. Today is huge. 1.1 million. What caused it? Well, some people speculate it's because Orion launched and a lot of people are converting their stables into UST via the curve swaps. And that's driving the demand of UST higher. And that's making UST more expensive than $1. Like right now it says $1. But before I recorded this video, it was like $1.01. So when that happens, you have to burn UST in order to mint. I mean, you have to burn Luna in order to mint UST at $1. And then whoever does that takes that dollar to an exchange and they add it to the supply, and that drives the price of that overinflated UST right down a peg. So that arbitrage is happening as we speak. And this is looking good. And recently, because of this price action, we went from 98 million circulating supply to 102 million circulating supply. This is because people are unstaking. They want to take profits. Okay, that's totally cool. Do you? But we know this burn is going to continue because Orion's just going to start heating up. col5 is just going to bring things to the next level. Things are just looking good. And the whole crypto market as a whole is really starting to wake up. A lot of the coins are still down 50% from their all-time highs, and where prime, like Luna usually leads the market, and then things follow, and then Luna cools down, and then after it's done consolidating, off it goes again. So we'll see how much it pumps this time around. I'm not financial advice, but I'm not looking to sell just yet. I think we've got a lot of room to run, so I'll be here keeping an eye on things. And the things I'm most excited for are getting in on the pre-sales, because now that Luna has mooned so much and it has a market cap of like $8-9 billion, yes, there's money to be made, but there's a lot more money to be made in those projects that are launching. So keep an eye on those. Not financial advice, just what I'm doing. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.